We're talking with Louie Anderson. He's going to be at Black River Falls Ho Chunk Gaming, the concerts, it's plural, Valentine's Day, February 14th, 5:30 and 8:30. Hey, Louie, welcome back to the Chippewa Valley.
How are you?
Oh, we're doing well here. It's getting colder. It was actually kind of shorts weather around here for a little bit. But, I mean, as you know, Minnesotan that you are, that when it gets like 35 degrees, open jackets, short sleeves, all that sort of stuff. But
you can always tell all the Minnesotans in Vegas or the Midwesterners anywhere from Wisconsin or anywhere from Michigan over to North and South Dakota. They all have shorts on when it's 50, 60 degrees here in Vegas. They're the only ones, and they're out by the pool.
Exactly, and then of course the people, the natives are like, it's super cold, but yeah, it's all relative. So it's getting cold again, but you're going to warm it up obviously on Valentine's Day. Now, what are you talking about your routine nowadays? What things you've been observing of late?
Well, I'm gonna talk about probably talk a little bit about the Super Bowl or the Stupid Bowl, and that I wish I could find that person who deflated those footballs so I could get deflated. Because I'm my poundage is really up. But I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to talk about food. I'm going to talk about family. And I'll talk about freezing, of course, because I'm from the Midwest. Mm-hmm. And I'll talk about, all the things in my act. I'm working on a brand new special that I'm going to tape in a couple months. And so I have lots of new material I have an iPhone 6, but I'm really only qualified for an iPhone 2. And, just how everybody always has that person. I have terrible time with technology, and everyone has that friend, that helps them with the phone, that Obi phone Kenobi, that you just kind of hand your phone off to. Could you help me, Obi-Wan?
I'm going to have to start using that term. I like that. I know a few people in our building who probably are in need of one of those. I probably would be in the get that term there. So I'm gonna work on that. Nice. So on your website, I've noticed you're wearing a Twins jersey. Have you gotten one of the new ones? I know they're changing up their home uniforms next year. Are you going to get a new Twins jersey with a new with the gold and all that on there?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's got like...
I have to look that up.
Yeah, they changed. So instead of a red Twins, now it's in navy, and they added Casota gold trim to it.
Boy, it sounds like throwback to me, doesn't it?
It kind of is. It's like
a little bit like the Brewers.
Ew, yeah. I don't...
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't know if Twins fan that I am. Now that I thought about that, I'm not sure if I like that anymore. But
am I right though? Don't the Brewers have kind of a blue and a...
They do. They are blue. Yep, they've got navy and gold. Well, they technically call it wheat after barley, or the grains for beer and stuff like that. So or whatever. It's something like that. Some sort of grain, I think.
I'm proud to be a Twins fan. I was friends with Harmon Killebrew and lots of different Twins. I've done a lot of benefits and stuff over there, and my dad loved the Twins, and so I'm a tried and true Twins fan, and so I'm looking forward. Now I got to get the new jersey and see if I can get someone to sign it. Is there anyone playing that I want to sign it? Just kidding.
My next question was, how do you think they're going to do this year?
Well, listen, the good thing about it is they can't do worse, can they?
Yeah, I technically they could lose more games, but I don't think that's realistically possible. So there's that silver lining, or gold lining, I should say. So there's. I
think should happen is in Minnesota, the Wild, the Vikings, and the Twins should all have interchangeable players so they can get the best of all those teams on one team at any one time. And they just play year-round.
Yeah, just put like Teddy Bridgewater in goal or have Joe Mauer be like a running back or something like that. We'll take it. So we're talking with Louie Anderson ahead of his shows in Black River Falls on Valentine's Day at Ho Chunk Gaming and also with your podcast. You've been doing this since, August? Why did you decide to do this?
I think a lot of comics, when I was coming up, I didn't know and learned after a while, what the journey was going to be. And so every comic has a different journey, And so I started with Frank Caliendo, and his journey was really interesting. And I never knew, I never knew who Frank's first impression was. I never knew who Frank Caliendo's, who influenced him. And so I always thought he was such a strong, most impressionists are not funny, but Frank was really almost like a comic and then an impressionist. You know, because he made him funny, and he's all over now with the Super Bowl going on here. He's all over the radio and TV, and I wanted to get the comics journey. You know, I talked to Brad Garrett. I never knew that his father had such a big influence on him, and how he got to where he was, and how lucky, and how long he's been famous. And Jim Gaffigan, I never realized his love for food, and you know, the fact that he's such a great father. And you know, I really took a Midwestern approach to this. I go, hey, you know, I know how I got to where I am as a comedian. You know, Jim, where did you, you know, how about you? And how about Frank? And that has been a wonderful experience, and it seems to be interesting to people. I hope it is.
Who do you hope to get on the podcast in the near future? What's like your number one get?
I'd like to get Nick Swartzen because he's such a Midwesterner, and he's a good friend. But he's been doing a tour and shooting a special, so he was here in Vegas, and he was so exhausted, I couldn't torture him. I just said, okay, we'll just do it next time you're in. I'd like to get him. I'd like to get, I really would like to get all the classic guys that are still around, too. You know, I'd like to see if Jerry would do it. I'd love to get Tim Allen. I'm hoping to get, he's going to be here coming up. You know, the guys I grew up with, I know Jimmy Walker's going to do it with me because he lives in Vegas, but he's just been so busy, too. So I try not to hassle anyone about doing the thing, but, you know, I hope to get them. I'd love to get Amy Schumer. I'd love to get Sarah Silverman. I just, you know, there's so many great women out there that are tremendous comics, and comedy is alive and well, man. There's a lot of great comics out there right now.
Absolutely. Definitely worth a listen, the Louie Anderson podcast. Louie, thank you for chatting with us today, and have a great time in Black River Falls on Valentine's Day at Ho Chunk Gaming.
Yeah. Hey, people come out and see me. My nephew, who's a great country and rock singer and songwriter, is going to be opening my show, and so it's a real family affair. Come on out. Have some real fun.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.